Good afternoon, and well, for myself it's good morning because because my mental health is basically as I've told you before, it's really playing games with my life, and where I've got no control over my sleep, it's forcing me to wake up at unpleasant hours. I suppose when you wake up at these hours, there's the mentality in the background, you know. It's like, oh, I'm a kid, you know, everyone's at work, sun's out. There's nothing more you need to life to know that you're a child and have sun and food. I suppose a child doesn't really have security though. I mean, he trusts in his parents, but a child is always fearful. And that's where I'm at, you know. I haven't got survival. I haven't got safety, and those elements are there, but I can't appreciate them. I'm not perfect. I don't know what's right. In this moment, it's like I'd love to be able to appreciate them, just for the hope that they'd improve my circumstance. You know, the lighter we are as human beings, the more we can breathe, and we've got to take all the opportunities we can to find balance within life. You know, it's like, if things are tough, you don't want to be too airy-fairy, you don't want to be too light-hearted, but it's really strange because if things become too tough, all of a sudden we turn around and we're like, oh no, actually I need a little bit of lightness, I need a little bit of airy-fairiness, otherwise it's too much. And that's sort of this place where I'm at, and it's like I need to take as much as I can from this moment, but in all honesty, I don't know how much I can. I know I complained a lot, like a little whiny baby about sleep, but it's where I'm at still, you know. It's like my life, I'm waiting for sleep to return, and I'll be clear, you know, at night it looks like I'm sleeping. At 2 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock at night, whatever it is at the moment, I'll go to bed in the hope that I can. Well, no, I'll go to bed. That's what happens, and then I get placed in this. Oh, yeah, you can see my new. It's not actually meant for this. It's my new therapy device. My new therapy device. It's actually meant for weightlifting. You know, when you push weights, it gives a little bit of springiness, and I think it really must help the tendons so you don't tear anything. But what it is with the back support that I use, I find it really helpful. But my mental health wants to play games again. It's like so bored. I feel sorry for it almost. My mental health wants to play games, and somehow managed to figure out a way to create an intolerable amount of pressure if I wear that back support. I don't understand it because it's so comfortable, it corrects my posture, and I should be able to relax. But my mental health really just wants to play games. This is what I mean. It's just like anything I do in this world, it's like, Andreas, I'm going to stop you. Why? Because I'm an evil cunt and I don't like you and I want you to suffer. That's as far as I can see the truth. That's what it looks like from my perspective, because in all honesty, a realistic spiritual approach to my life, or a realistic enlightened, or realistic conscious application of that, I'm going to stop you for this reason, went out the window about 2 years ago. And I'm here just like taking a beating. But anyway, it stopped my ability to wear my back support, and I've been really suffering. My posture's all off, and I've been trying one or two other things, and they haven't really worked. And I saw this on YouTube, Facebook, one of the adverts for that, and I thought, oh, that'd be good, because it just pulled my shoulders forward a bit, and where it stops here, it's good for the chest as well, because you can see my back is like almost curved that way, and it should be like more that way. So this is going to push the middle bit out here, and hopefully correct my posture. That's what it feels like. So I arrived today. Who knows if it'll work, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, so my mental health gets in the way of everything. What were we talking about before that? Ridiculous, isn't it? But I'm just going to take a moment so I can think to myself. Bollocks, this is what I mean. It's just like my mental health says, you're thinking, Andreas, you're talking, Andreas, I'm going to stop you. Why? Because I don't like you. It's a joke. But anyway, let's talk about, because I think I was moaning anyway. I'm asleep. Yeah, no, I go to bed and it looks like sleep for all intensive purposes, and if I don't think about it, it half can be sleep to myself, but it's not sleep. It's not sleep. Ever since I took that last medication, it's disrupted my breathing, and when I go to bed at night, it's unhealthy. Where I am in that place is unhealthy, but life has beaten me so much that just leaving this world for however many hours and waking up at 1:30 in the afternoon is the reward. Even though it's unhealthy, I get more from that I'm not alive for that amount of time. It's depressing, I know, but I need sleep. And my mental health wants to stop me getting sleep, so I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm not able to live. Sure, I'll pretend to sleep, but no, I'm becoming more and more unhealthy. I'm not getting anything from the sleep other than feeding depression. And I've got no hope for life until sleep returns. What I mean by sleep is I've monitored my sleep over the last 3-4 years, but I found a place where I was able to live with a limited amount of sleep, but it was in a specific way, and it was a specific sleep pattern, and I felt very energized by that, because the problem is my mental health in the first place. My mental health took away sleep about 3-4 years ago. And sorry I'm talking about this rather than spiritual things, but there's no rush. I appreciate if you want to log off and maybe come back in when you feel like maybe 5-6 minutes, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to pick up on the spiritual subject matter. But what's the rush? And with my sleep, my mental health played games with me and took it away. I remember I went to see someone at the council one day, and he opened up to me about the fact that he doesn't sleep, and I could see his body. I could see how much his nervous system was suffering as a result of it. I could see him as a person and what lack of sleep had done to him, and it scared the shit out of me, if I'm honest, because the nervous system is one of my weaknesses, and for all the guidance I've been given in my life, it's been like, Andreas, look after your nervous system. Andreas, look after your nervous system. By virtue of my weakness to it, I had no choice really anyway. I looked after it. And with sleep, when lack of sleep really does affect the nervous system. And I saw that in him. And it scared me. And then somehow thereafter I experienced the same thing. It's like it came to me shortly after that. My mental health wanted to take away my sleep, and it took it away. And with my mental health disorder, sleep is very helpful. It's very supporting. I don't know how much it's psychosomatic. I'm not really in the place to start being scientific and find that out. All I know is that it's helpful in the first instance, and I'm saying first instance quite a few times on these videos, but what does it really matter, man? And yeah, it took away my sleep. I get anxious without it, and it really troubled me. I mean, to be fair, it's not the lack of sleep. In a strange way, it's not the lack of sleep. But what happened is, after a while of no sleep, I began to lie there at night in pain, like literally, because of the lack of sleep, I think. And I was in pain. And I didn't know what to do. For all of these hours, I can't be active, and my body needs rest. I need to be lying down for my body to rest the spine. And I was lying there in pain. I'm like, this isn't restful. I'm in agony. And that's what got me. I realized the lack of sleep, that's what it leads to. If it was just lack of sleep, I'd lie there for 8 hours in like a whatever meditative state, not meditative state, but rest my body. But without the sleep, that's what it goes to. Pain, lying in pain, physical tension. So fast forward about 1.5 years after, when sleep returned and I was in control, and I thought, right, I can't face that again. That killed me. I have to put an action plan in place so that doesn't happen, because there's no life there. If I can't rest my body at night, my spine, and it's in constant tension and pain, my life might as well be over, because that amplifies everything else, and I've got a mental health disorder and a body to look after. So I found the sleep pattern that was really beneficial. It really worked. I wasn't anal if I got sleep all the time. I didn't get sleep all the time. I hardly ever got sleep all the time. But because I was able to rest in the confidence of this sleep pattern, I could function. I knew 4 times a day my body would get an hour and a half of rest, or something close towards that. And I began to, I mean, my nervous system was suffering, but I could see how much, in my honest opinion, how much the sleep that I was getting in that way was helping me, given my already weak, my weakness to begin with. But with the medication I took last time, it affected my breathing, and what happens is, I think, I don't know if it's my posture, it it's probably my posture as well. But it was at the time I took the medication, and I know the side effects, the dry mouth, the stiffness the medication gives me, the side effects. And it probably wasn't 100% the medication, almost certainly wasn't. But it was the catalyst, you know. It's like, it was the thing that I didn't choose. It was the thing that was put upon me, and for that reason, I find it hard to take responsibility for it. And I've not been able to get back in that sleep pattern since. Because I had to fight for that sleep before. That sleep that I was getting, I had to fight for it. I had to be on point. I had to be on the ball. And when my life has taken that sleep away from me, I've crumbled in all intents and purposes with my mental health. And I tried, and I can't get back into that sleep pattern, and I've lost all willpower to my mental health where I've crumbled. So I'm just being patient. I'm saying, right, fine, I'm depressed. Let's disappear from this world for however many hours you want for me to rest in this unhealthy place, because I conk out at the moment. I disappear from this unhealthy breathing, but it's like absolute honesty from how I know my body. Beyond a few occasions recently, only a few, if I was to be able to lie down for 8 hours, just lie down, restful, without any sleep, it'd be far healthier for me than to allow myself to disappear from this world into this unhealthy place. And that's where I am with sleep. That's where I am in my life because of sleep. So yeah, I need to, and if I want to tie it into a spiritual connection, I believe this might be bat therapy. Bat therapy is like a Red Indian practice, as I understand it. And the Red Indians, this is probably one aspect of them that, well, to be fair, I don't know it's them. It could be this is a human plague that's been around for a long time. The Red Indians, being the Red Indians, have just made it into a means to grow as a person and have labelled it bat therapy instead of bat torture. But no, I've experienced this a few times now, and it's unpleasant, and I know that many of you would experience this as well. This isn't, how can I put it? This isn't personal to Andreas. This is a collective experience, this lack of sleep. But I don't know, I can only imagine the pain and the stiffness is possibly unique to me. I'm unsure, I'm unaware. Sorry, one moment. Fuck off, you cunt! Sorry, I'm gonna say it on video. I've got this guy. It's like I've got this image of this guy from hospital, and he keeps bugging me in a sexual way in my mental health, and it's doing me in. It's like he keeps coming on and making sexual noises in my ear, and I was able to deal with it for 4 or 5 months, and it's just ripped me to bits now. I can't take it anymore. I'm not gay. I don't have anything against gays, but where I don't have a lot of sexual experience, it's very disturbing to have somebody make sexual noises in your ear in a sexual way when they're of the same sex and you're not that way. It's so disturbing. Sorry, I'm airing my psychosis out in public because it holds. We're all in it together, and it's insane what I'm experiencing from my perspective. So I'm gonna say it. What the fuck is going on? What the hell are you doing, man? He wasn't a bad person. He was actually a decent guy when I saw him in hospital. But yeah, this is it's really disturbing. My mental health basically was my family. Anybody that featured in terms of a character within my mental health was my family members. And that was disturbing enough. But I just can't get to grips. One, that it's a person I don't know. It's coming in my head. It's too disturbing in the first instance. And then on top of that, this person I don't know is doing all sexual stuff in my ear. I'm fucking losing it as a person. This is like a real evil. This is like the worst my mental health has ever been. This experience, I can't crack it. I can't deal with other people in my head. I'm autistic, man. I claim autism. I don't know why. I don't know what other reasons why I'd be so disturbed, but I've never had a problem with my family. And I think where I was spiritual, as I said, I've had my uncle as my spiritual guide now since my teens, and I accept that. And that was how can I put it? That relationship we had in terms of a spiritual relationship as a guide, spiritual guide, guardian angel, so to speak, was the transition interaction for my mental health to grow. So where it was just my uncle, then it turned into my dad, and it's pretty much just stayed at those two. But now the people want to feature, I can't hack it. It's like my auntie wants to come in and start saying hello. That's it. My relationship with my aunt is over if that's the case, and it's over because of that. My sister wants to come in and say hello. Well, our relationship's over anyway, but I can't deal with her in my head. I can't deal with her in the real world, let alone in my... You see what I'm trying to say? And then, on top of that, other people, like my therapist is from hospital, wants to come in and start playing games. I can't deal with it. One, that it's another person, and two, these people are dealing with it in a way that is very sensitive and an element of life I've yet to explore fully. And then on top of that, my mental health wants me to sit here and speak to you like I'm calm and happy because the sun's out and it's like summertime and holidays and ice cream by the beach, and I'm sitting here in fucking rage, man. I want to rip my ears off. I can't fucking deal with it. Kind sir who wants to fucking rape me and make sexual noises in my ear, can you leave me alone, please? I don't know what's going on with you. Sorry, again, just airing out some psychosis. Right, let's try and switch it to spiritual. Let's try and switch it to spiritual. I'll just start talking about spiritual stuff and we'll go off somewhere. So I was just thinking to myself, like, in terms of tribes, you got the black tribe, red tribe, yellow tribe, white tribe, and brown tribes. 5 tribes. As I've grown up, I think, if any, naturally as a child, I think I was drawn to the yellow tribe's energy. That's where I was drawn to. I've loved energy, you know. I'd probably take energy, the ability to feel and flow with energy over anything in this world. I reckon I could sustain my body on energy and just being present with energy. And there's this thing, when I used to be proper into energy, when I first started feeling energy, I just like spent hours and hours just zoned out, flowing with energy, like in my room. And I get into this place where it would be like, at first your mind has to think, you know, at first your mind has to feel the energy, like, right, what's the energy doing? Where's it going next? And then you have to move your body to feel the energy. But as you do it more and more and fall into it like an active meditation, you begin to know the energy. And there is a very distinct point where your mind switches off. It's like everything becomes black, but you're awake. It's like, imagine your head, your thoughts, but an active void of blackness within it, of no thought, but you're alive and you know movement, because you are energy, you've become energy. And that moment, for the reason of switching this fucking piece of shit off, sorry about my language, I hate the mind. I've got a love-hate relationship with it. And when it turns off, that moment is bliss. I didn't realise it at the time, but looking back, that is the time in my life that is the most akin to bliss. A total void of blackness. And yeah, I know how to get back there. It's just a case of when life allows me, in terms of providing the parameters to do so, because you need to be in a right environment, right space, and I've not really been presented with those opportunities for a long time. But yeah, we were saying there's 5 tribes, and as a child, I think I was just drawn to like the yellow tribe's energy. I mean, I didn't know the black tribe. I am a white man. I didn't really know the yellow tribe, nor the brown tribe. But I think with where I grew up, I had probably a connection to the brown tribe, so that was me growing up. But as I have grown up and I've got to know the other tribes and feel people, and I've grown to become spiritual, and I've looked at the world and I'm like, right, this is what feeds me. I see spirituality in the red tribe, and I've had a teacher, Stephen Ash, Renata Ash, who I claimed as my adopted spiritual parents, which I kind of feel bad about, given my auntie and uncle in Cyprus, who I totally forgot about, but no, I resonated with them. And the Stephen Ash is of the red Indian wisdom. He's got a red Indian a name like Geronimo or Looking Horse or something. I know his actual name, but I don't know if it's appropriate to share, so I won't say. But no, and then Renata is actively practices in the therapies, most of the therapies that I've learnt and trained into to practice. And that was probably my grounding in spirituality. It was like, for all of the ideas I had in my head and teachings I had learned, in terms of actively sharing with anybody and grounding it in this world, that was my first real experience, I think. I couldn't see my uncle's input as spiritual at the time, because it was my uncle, I think. I don't know, but no, yeah, because it was my uncle, because he's a Demetriou, Haji Demetriou, which means he's an idiot. But I think that was my thinking, and it's like he actively put it across that way, like, look, I'm of this way, but I'm also an idiot, which totally hid it. I thought, to be spiritual, you just got to be spiritual, you know. I didn't realise you could be a moron and totally spiritual at the same time. Whereas Stephen and Renata were more like, we just surrendered to the spirituality. We live spirituality. Yeah, we're still of the world, but we don't fight it. It's like my uncle had ulterior motives within his presentation of himself, and because I'm autistic, I didn't see that. I just saw something else other than spiritual. Whereas Stephen and Renata, I saw them as more pure and straight to the point, which I resonate with, and with my autistic nature. Like, oh, spirituality, yeah. So I've grown up to really appreciate the Red Tribe, because I believe that's where spirituality is in this world. And it is, because it's like, ironically, spirituality has been in Tibet. It's been in Tibet with the Yellow Tribe for God knows how many thousands of years, and we're in this transition time where it's heading back to the land of the Red Man, the Red Tribe. And it's just a bit ironic, because it's the Kundalini of the world, and the Kundalini of the world, when I had my experience, that's probably when I changed. So it was like, I'm an active, I wouldn't say living, but I'm an active presentation of what's happening in the world at the present. But yeah, no, the Red Tribe are my tribe now. I love all the tribes except for the tribe that you're looking at. We're a disgrace. I mean, not all of us. I mean, there's got to be a handful. It's like my mental health wanted to force humour. I just leave it. We're not all bad apples, but as a collective, if we take responsibility for our skin colour as a means to show love to all the skin colours, not as a means to separate, not as a means to cause further trouble, but as a means to unite. I take responsibility for my disgrace of a skin colour. I mean, I've warmed to the Black Tribe. I've had first-hand experience of actually spending, I'd say, ironically, but due to my aloneness within my mental health, and due to most of the workers in hospital being from the Black Tribe, and because of this being my first real interaction with them because I didn't really have too many black friends growing up. I had black friends, but in all honesty, I didn't have too many chances to interact with them. That was just my life. That's just how it happened. We live in this multicultural city, probably the most in the world, and this is just how it's happened for me. There's nothing there. We're talking about race, and there's always that racism question in the background, so I'm just trying to make it clear, but I'm sure it's worse, a lot worse for a lot of people in this world, that they don't have these chances to interact with other races. And race doesn't sound right, because we're the human fucking race, man. We're all the same fucking race. Until you start telling the truth, when you admit that this tribe came from this planet, and this tribe came from that planet, and this tribe came from the other planet, which we did. We're all the human race, because we're in ignorance. Until you start confessing the truth that, oh, the red tribe are likely from Mars, and the brown tribe are likely from the Pleiades, and the white tribe are likely from Hell, and the black tribe are likely from Arcturus or Syrians. That's what I most likely. That's where I'm guessing the black tribe are from. Actually, they're Syrians. But until truth comes to light, we're all the human fucking race, and we're just different tribes of the same race. What's the point of looking at it any other way, innit? But yeah, no, I've spent time with the black tribe over the course of my mental health, and where I've been alone, and other than my family, really, the interactions I've had at hospital by the people I meet at shops, to get to know people have been mostly black. And on the whole, their approach is very warming. That's how I find it, have found it. Who knows if that's representative of the whole black tribe, but that's my first-hand experience. And I've got the rest of my this thing that is my existence to get to know the black tribe and all the tribes more. But I reference myself as very much fond of the red tribe. Let's just leave it at that. But I was just thinking, in terms of aliens, my alien race tribe, the Pleiadians, they're the ones as I've grown. Sorry, I'm in a lot of pain. It's like I've had a stroke or something, and half my body's shut down. That's not possible to be here speaking like this if that's happened, has it? But anyway, yeah, in terms of alien races, my alien race tribe, the Pleiadians, the healing modality I trained in, as I understand it, is Pleiadian inspired. I seem to have, it's like, as I find out about alien races, none of them are bad except for the reptilians at present. And the Pleiadians just seem to be like, how can I put it? They're the ones that keep popping up as the way to go, as the purest of the pure, whitest of the white without us fucking it up. Yeah, but the thing is, this is what I was thinking. I think the Pleiadians have more of a connection with India, whereas the Red Tribe have more of a connection with Hathor. This is my understanding. I could be mistaken. And this is my understanding so far in my spiritual learning. And I was just thinking, the irony behind that in terms of where we become human, and we let's make it like this. This is how the conversation has flowed. I want to tie it up. But in terms of how we've come together as one race from being different races, by becoming tribes under the same race, there's an element of separation to who we once were. I.e., the alien race I connect with are the Pleiadians, which should be India. I should connect with the Indians if I really connect with the Pleiades. But I connect with the Red Tribe, and the Red Tribe are Hathor. They're Martians. And I see that separation, I just look at it and I acknowledge it. There's nothing wrong with it, that's just how things are. That's my instinct of where my development as Andreas has reached. What I'm getting at is for all the love I've got for the Red Tribe, like the bat therapy I'm under at the moment, I could hate them. And for all the love I've got for Pleiadians, or the ideology of what they represent and the work they're doing here on the planet, I could hate them too. Nothing to do with skin colour, nothing to do with separation, nothing to do with race. But dealing with the facts and so I'm in a lot of pain and discomfort constantly, so it's really hard to do anything. I'm in a lot of pain, so I'm going to take 30 seconds so I can wrap this up. Yeah, what I'll say is this, we're living in unprecedented times. The world is just insane, literally insane, to who we are, to where we've come from, all of us. And we've come together and we're living in a shared insanity. We forget who we are as well. We forget to look at faces because of skin colour, to notice features in innocence, and see the commonalities between different humans in terms of features, bone structure, eyes, posture, and there's a commonness and a sorry, the pressure I'm in is like I want to rip somebody's head off. If they come through the door right now, I'd probably kill them. That's how much pain I'm in. That's how much rage I'm in. My mental health wants to tell me that it's a nice day, it's summertime, holiday times. Mental health, go fuck yourself, you're ill. Coming back to what I was saying, we forget to look at the commonalities between us, because we've got this thing of racism. And if you can do the work enough to know that you're truly not racist, and what I mean by that is to know where this sickness that we see outside has imprinted upon us different ideas about races that should be addressed and where they shouldn't. And can we relax to that? Can we know ourselves enough to relax to that aspect, and when they arise, to address them in the moment, rather than to feel that, oh, I need to go back over my life and really sort out my head in terms to racism. But when we do that, we have the ability to look at people and see humans, and see the commonalities that link us all. And from there, we can realize we're more than just human. We can realize that we have a history, a past that's been suppressed and mixed up God knows how many times, and God knows what the truth is. And then from there we can connect back out to the stars. And all we have to do is just reclaim that childhood innocence to see. By being honest with ourselves. What tribe do you most resonate with?